Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. It is Sister Mary. I'm going to share with you Psalm chapter 119 in the Amplified Version. Blessed, which is happy and fortunate to be envied, are the undefiled, the upright, truly sincere and blameless in the way of the revealed will of God, who walk, order their conduct and conversation in the law of the Lord, the whole of God's revealed will. Blessed, happy, fortunate, to be envied, are they who keep his testimonies, and who seek, inquire for, and of him, and crave him with the whole heart. Yes, they do not and do no unrighteousness, no willful wandering from his precepts. They walk in his ways. You have commanded us to keep your precepts, that we should observe them diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed and established to observe your statutes, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying them. Then shall I not be put to shame by failing to inherit your promises, when I have respect to all your commandments. I will praise and give thanks to you with uprightness of heart, when I learn by sanctified experiences your righteous judgments, your decisions against, and punishments for particular lines of thought and conduct. I will keep your statutes. Oh, forsake me not utterly. How shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed and keeping watch on himself, according to your word, conforming his life to it. With my whole heart have I sought you, inquiring for and of you, and yearning for you. O let me not wander or step aside, either in ignorance or willfully from your commandments. Your word have I laid up in my heart, that I may not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your statutes. With my lips have I declared and recounted all the ordinances of your mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of your testimonies as much as in all riches. I will meditate on your precepts and have respect to your ways, the paths of life marked out by your law. I will delight myself in your statutes. I will not forget your word. Deal bountifully with your servant, that I may live, and I will observe your word, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying it. Open my eyes that I may behold wondrous things out of your law. I am a stranger and a temporary resident on the earth. Hide not your commandments from me. My heart is breaking with a longing that it has for your ordinances and judgments at all times. You rebuke the proud and arrogant, the accursed ones who err and wander from your commandments. Take away from me reproach and contempt, for I keep your testimonies. Princes also sat and talked against me, but your servant meditated on your statutes. Your testimonies also are my delight and my counselors. My earthly life cleaves to the dust. Revive and stimulate me according to your word. I have declared my ways and opened my griefs to you, and you listen to me. Teach me your statutes. Make me understand the way of your precepts. So shall I meditate on and talk of your wondrous works. My life dissolves and weeps itself away for heaviness. Raise me up and strengthen me according to the promises of your word. Remove from me the way of falsehood and unfaithfulness to you, and graciously impart your law to me. I have chosen the way of truth and faithfulness. Your ordinances have I set before me. I cleave to your testimonies, O Lord. Put me not to shame. I will not merely walk, but run the way of your commandments. When you give me a heart that is willing Teach me, O Lord, the way of your statutes, and I will keep it to the end steadfastly. Give me understanding that I may keep your laws. Yes, I will observe it with my whole heart. Make me go in the path of your commandments, for in them do I delight. Incline my heart to your testimonies, and not to covetousness, robbery, sensuality, unworthy riches. Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity, idols, and idolatry, and restore me to vigorous life and health in your ways. Establish your word and confirm your promises to your servant, which is for those who reverently fear and devotedly worship you. Turn away my reproach, which I fear and dread, for your ordinances are good. Behold, I long for your precepts. In your righteousness give me renewed life. Let your mercy and loving kindness come also to me, O Lord, even your salvation according to your promise. Then shall I have an answer for those who taunt and reproach me, for I lean on, rely on, and trust in your word. And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I hope in your ordinances. I will keep your law continually, forever and ever, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying it. I will walk at liberty and at ease, for I have sought and inquired for, and desperately required your precepts. I will speak of your testimonies also before kings, and will not be put to shame. For I will delight myself in your commandments, which I love. My hands also will I lift up in fervent supplication to your commandments, which I love, and I will meditate on your statutes. Remember fervently the word and promise to your servant, in which you have caused me to hope. This is my comfort and consolation in my affliction, that your word has revived me and given me life. The proud have had me greatly in derision, yet have I not declined in my interest in or turned aside from your law, when I have earnestly recalled your ordinances from of old. O Lord, I have taken comfort. Burning indignation, terror, and sadness seize upon me because of the wicked who forsake your law. Your statutes have been my songs in the house of my pilgrimage. I have earnestly remembered your name, O Lord, in the night, and I have observed your law. This I have had as the gift of your grace, and as my reward, that I have kept your precepts, hearing and receiving and loving and obeying them. You are my portion, O Lord. I have promised to keep your words. I entreated your favor with my whole heart. Be merciful and gracious to me according to your promise. I considered my ways. I turned my feet to obey your testimonies. I made haste and delayed not to keep your commandments. Though the cords of the wicked have enclosed and ensnared me, I have not forgotten your law. At midnight I will rise to give thanks to you because of your righteous ordinances. I am a companion of all those who fear and revere and worship you, and of those who observe and give heed to your precepts. The earth, O Lord, is full of your mercy and loving kindness. Teach me your statutes. You have dealt well with your servant, O Lord, according to your promise. Teach me good judgment, wise and right discernment, and knowledge, for I have believed, trusted, relied on, and clung to your commandments. And before I was afflicted, I went astray. But now your word do I keep, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying it. You are good and kind and do good. Teach me your statutes. The arrogant and godless have put together a lie against me, but I will keep your precepts with my whole heart. Their hearts are as far as Greece, their minds are dull and brutal, but I delight in your law. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn your statutes. The law from your youth is better to me than thousands of gold and silver pieces. Your hands have made me, cunningly fashioned and established me, giving me understanding that I may learn your commandments. Those who reverently and worshipfully fear you will see me and be glad, because I have hoped in your word and tarried for it. I know, O Lord, that your judgments are right and righteous, and that in faithfulness you have afflicted me. Let, I pray you, your merciful kindness and steadfast love be for my comfort, according to your promise to your servant. Let your tender mercy and loving kindness come to me, that I may live, for your law is my delight. Let the proud be put to shame, for they dealt perversely with me without a cause. But I will meditate on your precepts. Let those who reverently and worshipfully fear you turn to me, and those who have known your testimonies, let my heart be sound, sincere, and wholehearted and blameless in your statutes, that I may not be put to shame. My soul languishes and grows faint for your salvation, but I hope in your word. My eyes fail, watching for the fulfillment of your promise. I say, when will you comfort me? For I have become like a bottle, a wineskin, blackened and shriveled in the smoke in which it hangs. Yet do I not forget your statutes. How many are the days of your servant which he must endure? When will you judge those who pursue and persecute me? The godless and arrogant have dug pitfalls for me, men who do not comfort to your law and conform to your law. All your commandments are faithful and sure. The godless pursue and persecute me with falsehood. Help me, Lord. They had almost consumed me upon the earth, but I forsook not your precepts. According to your steadfast love, give life to me. Then I will keep the testimony of your mouth, hearing and receiving, loving and obeying it. Forever, O Lord, your word is settled in heaven and stands firm as the heavens. Your faithfulness is from generation to generation. You have established the earth, and it stands fast. All, the whole universe, are your servants. Therefore they continue this day according to your ordinances. Unless your law had been my delight, I would have perished in my affliction. I will never forget your precepts. How can I? For it is by them you have quickened me and granted me life. I am yours. Therefore save me, your own, for I have sought and inquired of, and for your precepts, and required them as my urgent need. The wicked wait for me to destroy me, but I will consider your testimonies. I have seen that everything human has its limits and end, no matter how extensive, noble, and excellent. But your commandment is exceedingly broad and extends without limits into eternity. Oh, how I love your law! It is my meditation all the day. You, through your commandments, make me wisest and wiser than my enemies, for your words are ever before me. I have better understanding and deeper insight than all my teachers, because your testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the aged, because I keep your precepts, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying them. I have restrained my feet from every evil way, that I may keep your word, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying it. I have not turned aside from your ordinances, for you yourself have taught me how sweet your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through your precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I have sworn an oath and have confirmed it, that I will keep your righteous ordinances, hearing and receiving, loving and obeying them. I am sorely afflicted. Renew and quicken me. Give me life, O Lord, according to your word. Accept, I beseech you, the free will offering of my mouth, O Lord, and teach me your ordinances. My life is continually in my hand, yet I do not forget your law. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I do not stray from your precepts. Your testimonies have I taken as a heritage forever, for they are the rejoicing of my heart. I have inclined my heart to perform your statutes forever, even to the end. I hate the thoughts of undecided in religion, double-minded people, but your law do I love. You are my hiding place and my shield. I hope in your word. Depart from me, you evildoers, that I may keep the commandments of my God, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying them. Uphold me according to your promise, that I may live, and let me not be put to shame in my hope. Hold me up, that I may be safe and have regard for your statutes continually. You spurn and set at naught all those who stray from your statutes, for their own lying deceives them, and their tricks are in vain. You put away and count as dross all the wicked of the earth, for there is no true metal in them. Therefore I love your testimonies. My flesh trembles and shudders for fear and reverential worship all of you, and I am afraid and in dread of your judgments. I have done justice and righteousness. Leave me not to those who would oppress me. Be surety for your servant for good, as Judah was surety for the safety of Benjamin. Let not the proud oppress me. My eyes fail, watching for your salvation and for the fulfillment of your righteous promise. Deal with your servant according to your mercy and loving kindness, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, discernment, and comprehension, that I may know, discern, and be familiar with the character of your testimonies. It is time for the Lord to act. They have frustrated your law. Therefore, I love your commandments more than resplendent gold, yes, more than perfectly refined gold. Therefore I esteem as right all, yes, all your precepts. I hate every false way. Your testimonies are wonderful, far exceeding anything conceived by man. Therefore my penitent self keeps them, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying them. The entrance and unfolding of your words give light. Their unfolding gives understanding, discernment, and comprehension to the simple. I opened my mouth and panted with eager desire, for I longed for your commandments. Look upon me and be merciful unto me, and show me favor, as is your way to those who love your name. Establish my steps and direct them by means of your word. Let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man. So will I keep your precepts, hearing and receiving and loving and obeying them. Make your face shine with pleasure upon your servant, and teach me your statutes. Streams of water run down my eyes, because men do not keep your law. They hear it not, nor receive it, love it, or obey it. Rigidly righteous are you, O Lord, and upright are your judgments, and all expressions of your will. You have commanded and appointed your testimonies in righteousness and in great faithfulness. My zeal has consumed me and cut me off, because my adversaries have forgotten your words. Your word is very pure, tried, and well refined. Therefore your servant loves it. I am small, insignificant, and despised, but I do not forget your precepts. Your righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and your law is truth. Trouble and anguish have found and taken hold on me, yet your commandments are my delight. Your righteous testimonies are everlasting, and your decrees are binding to eternity. Give me understanding, and I shall. Give me discernment and comprehension, and I shall not die. I cried with my whole heart, Hear me, O Lord. I will keep your statutes. I will hear, receive, and love, and obey them. I cried to you, Save me, that I may keep your testimonies, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying them. I anticipated the dawning of the morning and cried in childlike prayer. I hoped in your word. My eyes anticipate the night watches, and I am awake before the cry of the watchman, that I may meditate on your word. Hear my voice according to your steadfast love, O Lord. Quicken me and give me life according to your righteous decrees. They draw near who follow after wrong thinking and persecute me with wickedness. They are far from your law. You are near, O Lord, nearer to me than my foes, and all your commandments are truth. Of old have I known your testimonies, and for a long time. Therefore it is a thoroughly established conviction that you have founded them forever. Consider my affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget your law. Plead my cause and redeem me, revive me, and give me life according to your word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not nor hunger for your statutes. Great are your tender mercy and loving kindness, O Lord. Give me life according to your ordinances. Many are my persecutors and my adversaries, yet I do not swerve from your testimonies. I behold the treacherous and am grieved and loathe them, because they do not respect your law, neither hearing, receiving, loving, nor obeying it. Consider how I love your precepts, and revive me and give life to me, O Lord, according to your loving kindness. The sum of your words is truth, the total of the full meaning of all your individual precepts, and every one of your righteous decrees endures forever. Princes pursue and persecute me without cause, but my heart stands in awe of your words, dreading violation of them far more than the force of princes are potent. I rejoice at your word as one who finds great spoil. I hate and abhor falsehood, but your law do I love. 7 times a day, and all day long do I praise you because of your righteous decrees. Great peace have they who love your law. Nothing shall offend them or make them stumble. I am hoping and waiting eagerly for your salvation, O Lord, and I do your commandments. Your testimonies have I kept, hearing, receiving, loving, and obeying them. I love them exceedingly. I have observed your precepts and your testimonies, for all my ways are fully known before you. Let my mournful cry and supplication come near before you, O Lord. Give me understanding, discernment, and comprehension, according to your word of assurance and promise. Let my supplication come before you. Deliver me according to your word. My lips shall pour forth praise with thanksgiving and renewed trust. When you teach me your statutes, my tongue shall sing praise for the fulfillment of your word. For all your commandments are righteous. Let your hand be ready to help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I have longed for your salvation, O Lord, and your law is my delight. Let me live that I may praise you, and let your decrees help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek and inquire for and demand your servant, for I do not forget your commandments.